Welcome everyone to our coach interviews, and today I'm joined by the fantastic Natalie Trusdale, who is one of our coaches here at Coaching Minds. Natalie, welcome to your interview today. Really excited to connect with you.
Yes, I'm super excited to have a good chat. Thank you for the ask.
Yeah, no, you're more than welcome. The pleasure is all mine and here at Coaching Minds. And we were just saying backstage before we went live that myself and yourself, we haven't had a chance to really connect on a personal level to learn more about each other personally, because we're already always focused on coaching and our seminars and workshops. So I'm personally excited to learn more about you today in this space. So just to kick us off, so our audience can get to know a little bit about Natalie and who you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself personally and professionally?
Yes, of course. So personally, I am a mum of two girls. So there's a lot of sass goes around my house. I am a northerner, so I'm in the north of England. Very obvious from my very broad accent. I am an ADHDer. I do love what we'll call up in the north a bit of banter. So I always like to have a little bit of fun and a little bit of giggle. As far as like hobbies and what I really enjoy, I like to be. I don't get as much chance, much like everyone I think, to be as creative as I like. But if I can find a workshop to go on, I've been doing some ring making, pottery, all that type of stuff. I love exercise, whether that's at home, going walking. I've recently been taking part in some rugby training, so that is testing me in many ways. And I do not want any injuries, so I don't know how that's going to work. I very much love, much to the concern of some people, I love true crime. I'm forever in watching true crime things. I love games, just whether it's escape rooms, whether it's playing board games, just anything like that that's like a bit puzzly, I absolutely love. And just generally reading is me in personal nutshell.
No, amazing. Thank you for sharing that, both your personal family life and a bit of what you're interested in. Can you tell me something that's really random? What's the most random thing you've made in a workshop?
Do you know, actually, during COVID, Paul, we did arm knitting. So it was on Zoom and you got a big yarn sent to you and you basically use your arms like a needle, and I made like a massive chunky blanket. And I was so proud of myself. Everyone had to look at this blanket. I was so impressed with myself.
No, you have to show it. We'll have to put a picture of it in the chat.
I will.
Afterwards. Yeah. So
I will. Yeah.
How does that work? How do you knit with your arm?
You had to like put it around your arm. Then after a while, you looped it off, and then dropped it. Oh. I did get like a recording afterwards of like, if you want to make it again, here's how. So maybe I should make another one.
Amazing. No, that's fantastic. That's really interesting. Thank you for sharing that. So that's a bit about you personally. Can you tell us a little bit about you professionally? What do you do for a living?
Yeah. So for the past, say, 20 years, it's been very psychology based. So prior to that, I was like an office manager, all very like admin-y. But then when my confidence got a bit higher, I moved into psychology. So I did a degree and a master's in psychology, in the health side, and also in forensics. Probably hence my love of true crime. And then I worked in substance abuse services. I've worked in prisons. I now currently work with a health company doing neurodiversity. So doing a mix of training, mentoring, and coaching.
No, amazing. So quite a diverse range of skills and backgrounds in different areas that you've worked in, which is fantastic. I'm interested to know, from all of this, you said you do coaching. What was it that kind of led you into coaching from all of this?
I think when I was doing my psychology, the main thing I loved was the social psychology side. So very much, if you're talking bystander effect, mob mentality, just how the brain works and how we behave and how we think, and it fascinates me. Probably why I'm fascinated by true crime as well, just how we do things and the way we think and our patterns and things like that I find fascinating. So I would always delve into that more. So I did some CBTs, qualifications, and then like a little bit of my own experience within work, and then my own like personal experience with some struggles and getting some support around that kind of opened that door to people starting to throw the word coaching around. And I did think to myself, I am doing aspects of that within my role, but it's not 100% that. So that kind of delved me into how can I bring that in and have that complement all the other stuff that I already know and do.
No, amazing. No, so you were kind of doing a little bit of coaching, but not formally labeling it as coaching. And it kind of, and a lot of people witness that and experience that. I think a lot of people are out there coaching without calling it coaching. And as you mentioned, coaching's become a bit of a buzzword as well. There's a lot of people call themselves coaches that aren't actually doing coaching. So there's a mix of the two out there. So I'm interested to know, you've been coaching for quite some time now. What is it that you enjoy most about coaching? You mentioned a little bit about the social psychology side. What is it particularly about coaching that you like?
Do you know what? I love the diversity of it. So I really like speaking to different people, their own different perspectives, on different experiences. It's really speaking to so many different people from different backgrounds and like with different problems and different challenges. And I find it so rich. And I think it's really nice for me as a person just to gain all this wealth of knowledge around people and thinking and stuff. And I just really enjoy that. And just being part of that positive change for someone, whatever that looks like, I think is a really nice experience, and just getting to know people more. I really enjoy.
No, it's amazing. Now the different aspects, different range of different models and tools as well, not just the people. It's just so. And I think that's what people don't realize when it comes to coaching. There's just so much to it. It's not just listening and asking questions. There's just so much to coaching.
100%. And I learned that the more I got into it, because we can watch like demos of people doing something, and sometimes people can make it look so easy. And then when you're actually doing it, particularly like within here, and you're doing like the practice workshops and stuff, you realise how much does go into it. Yeah, absolutely.
And how much you've got to do at the same time as well mentally. It's quite a tough skill to master.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you find that the connections, you find like you bring a lot of what you've already studied and learned in psychology into, because you mentioned you were in forensic psychology, so I'm guessing there's quite a gap between coaching and forensic psychology. You touch upon the social aspect as well. Are you bringing psychology into your coaching at all?
Yeah, I think I do, and because I've done the health psychology as well. So I think there's an understanding there around just general people basic differences. So if we're thinking about obviously coaching, it's taking into account our own like biases and different cultural beliefs and all that. So that's been really helpful, and just understanding for me, not just around the coaching side, but around just how our brains work. How do our brains work? How do we actually physically process information? Is really helpful for me. Because I'm much more like, I like to unpack deeper rather than like, learning coaching and encourage coaching. I want to kind of really understand why that works and how that works. So that's really nice, and bringing in like a lot of the psychology tools and the CBT tools, you will find a lot within coaching as well. How like the model works. Like a lot of models are based on like how as humans we process information and that style, isn't it? So yeah, I think it's a nice blend.
No, excellent. No, it's wonderful that you've got those transferable skills to bring into your coaching. So let's talk a little bit more about your coaching practice. So for those of people who are tuned in the audience who are watching this right now, and they're looking for a coach, what can they expect to receive from you in your coaching practice?
Yes, so I do a little bit of both. So I kind of, in my what we'll call the 9 to 5 is neurodiversity coaching. So I work as a neurodiversity coaching team leader. And then on my personal coaching, it's a lot around body image, so confidence and self-worth and stuff. So there's those different topics. But generally for me as a coach, I'm a big believer that we coach in a style of who we are as a person. So for me, they can expect a very warm, safe place. They can expect my ear and being a bit of a thinking partner. I am a big fan, where possible, depending on the topic, of course, to have some fun along the way. Like I do like to, I'm a big believer that we can have very deep conversations in a light-hearted way. And I know I was working with a gentleman a while ago, and he was always gobsmacked. He's like, Natalie, I thought we were just having a normal conversation, and I've just had like a massive aha moment. So yeah, I think we can do that through that conversation side of it. And yeah, just having that space and just being comfortable. So yeah, that's kind of how I like to do things. I'm not overly formal, and maybe not overly like clinical in my style and my approach, which isn't for everyone. A different coaching works for different people, but that's kind of how I approach things.
No, amazing. And in coaching, one thing, the difference between kind of therapy and other methods of support, even mentoring to some extent, there tends to be this kind of the mentor, therapist, the person providing the support is kind of here and they're guiding and kind of pulling people in a direction. But as coaches, we're at that symbiotic relationship. We're at that level relationship. And I feel that approach, that creative approach that you take and that, that human approach to your coaching without taking that clinical side in there is really beneficial for other people. It's nice to have somebody that you can come, you can talk to, that's kind of down to earth, it's going to help and support you on what you're going through and listen to you to listen, not listen to you to respond as well. So it's wonderful the work you're doing. And you've done some fantastic work. We've seen it at Coaching Minds. You were Coach of the Month this year. I can't remember exactly which year you were, but I remember you being one of our Coaches of the Month this year. Do you remember which month it was?
I think it was September. Yes.
September, yeah. And that's when I was on leave. Yeah, I was on. That's why it hasn't stuck in my mind. I was on leave through September. Yeah. So congratulations on that in September. And I would highly recommend anybody who is looking for a coach, who wants somebody who provides that safe space. And actually, can you tell us a little bit more as well? Because I highly recommend Natalie, but can you tell us a little bit more about the body image coaching that you do? Because I know it's part of your brand.
Yeah. So I know it's interesting on the body image side. So the reason I got into that was because on a personal level, like I have personally struggled with body dysmorphia in the past and eating disorders. So it's something that was very, very kind of poignant to me. So it was during COVID actually that I was kind of like, right, how can I take what I'm doing and make it more passionate for me? Which is why I tapped into it that way. And it's interesting because on the body image side, what I found is there's a lot of people who aren't very aware of actually what body image is and actually the functional things behind diet culture and stuff. So it is much a blend. So I have a course and I have a book and then I have the one-to-one coaching. So the course and the book, they're a bit of a hybrid mix of a bit of education where it's needed around how the brain works and what body image is to kind of get that foundation. And then it's a lot of CBT exercise and coaching questions to get them to reflect on things. And then my one-to-one coaching is coaching, depending on what people need and what level they're at of their own awareness, based on what they need. So it's a bit of a funny one, but I it's something that impacts so many people. So yeah, I really enjoy it.
It's a wonderful niche. We need to put those links to your course and to your book in the comments chat as well, so people can connect with you, learn more about what you do in that essence of your coaching as well, because you're offering a wide range. So I highly recommend people to reach out to Natalie if you want a space to be heard, to be listened to, for that safe space. If you're looking at body image as well, so that everything she's just shared about there. And also if you want to learn how to arm knit, I'm sure she might be able to dig out that Zoom.
Share the link. We can do it. We can create a community.
Excellent. Now, Natalie, is there any final words that you have for our audience today?
I would just, I think as cliche as it sounds, I think it's just to, something that's very important to me is to just be really accepting of ourselves, whether that's accepting of like who we are or what we need, and just to find people, just anyone, whether it's about coaching or not, like find people who are your people, and just connect with them and know that it's always okay to just be you. It's my main message to people.
No, thank you for that. It's a beautiful message, and I think a message that's needed now more than ever with the rise in AI technology, and it's important to connect with those like-minded people and to remember to stay who we are. So thank you for that, Natalie. Thank you for your time today. I highly recommend Natalie. All the links will be in the comments box below, so you can read more about Natalie, explore her course, and look at how you can connect and contact her. But in terms of connection, Natalie, would you prefer people to reach out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram? What's your preferred social media platform?
I generally, it might be my age, Paul, I'm generally a Facebooker.
That's fine. No, we can put your Facebook link in the comments box as well for people to reach out and connect with you too.
Perfect.
Excellent. No, thank you so much for your time, Natalie. Really, really appreciate it. It's been great to connect with you briefly in this interview. And a huge thank you to everybody who's watching this in the audience as well. Please do reach out to Natalie, check out the links and find out more about her. Thank you so much.